Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens. I'm so excited to be in San Sebastian, Basque, Spain. This is one of the greatest food destinations in Spain, in all of Europe, on Earth. Especially known for their quality of ingredients for the pinchos. And so today I'm meeting up with Gabriela from Tenedor Tours. She's extremely knowledgeable about the best food in San Sebastian, and she's gonna take us on an ultimate eating tour of San Sebastian. We'll be eating tortillas, we'll be eating an overdose of pinchos and tapas. It's gonna be an incredibly beautiful day. We're gonna eat some incredibly delicious San Sebastian food, and I'm gonna share everything with you, all coming up right now in this video. It's gonna be a huge day, amazing food coming up. Good morning, Gabriela. Tenedor Tours, it's an honor to be hanging out with you today and for you to be taking us around. You are like the most knowledgeable person about San Sebastian and the food here.
Well, now we're gonna have the best tortilla in town. This is the perfect breakfast. Late breakfast. Let's go in.
All right. Going up the spiral staircase. It is truly an honor to have a chance to be here in the kitchen, upstairs the spiral staircase.
Half of it because we got all in at once, the temperature goes down.
Oh, okay. So you have to caramelize the onions.
Yes.
So the recipe all begins with onions, which are deep fried in oil on a low heat until they fully caramelize and crispify, bringing out all that flavor.
That's it. The onion, the potato, first one.
Okay. So it actually takes an hour and a half to boil those onions until they're ready for the potatoes to be added. So those potatoes that he added, those onions were already an hour and a half boiled till they turn crispy and caramelized, fully releasing their flavor potential. And now we're about to see the next part where he's gonna combine it with the egg in the frying pan to make the Spanish tortilla de papas. ¿Y cuántas huevos?
30 eggs.
30 eggs in a tortilla.
Yeah.
Wow.
Faster tortilla.
Oh, so the potatoes go in. Potatoes, onions, a few peppers.
Yes. And that's it.
And that's it. Salt. Okay. That is an amazing process. It's literally overflowing. Oh, there goes the flip. Wow. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Wow, amazing.
And that's it.
Wow. Ready. Absolutely amazing. Muchas gracias, chef. It's going down. Gracias. It's going down, the legendary steakhouse. This is what people come here for. They're waiting for it. How many portions are there in one tortilla here?
We used to make 28, 30, something like that.
Okay.
We're trying to sell one tip for one egg. 30, 35 eggs.
Okay. Oh, muchas gracias. Wow.
One coffee with milk?
Yes.
Black coffee, please. And his technique was just incredible because he fries it half first, he shakes it up, then he flips it over, fried it on the bottom side, only for a few seconds. I think the timing is so important. Sealing it without fully cooking the inside.
Right. You want it like this. You want it hot. You want it juicy. We don't want to coagulate.
You want it juicy.
So think of beauty.
It is absolutely incredible. Okay.
Okay.
Can't wait. First bite of the day.
Amazing. So sweet. That caramelized onion.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Oh, that is... That's insane.
I'm ruined. I'll never be able to have a tortilla outside of San Sebastian again in my life.
I mean, you hear about how passionate Spanish people are about tortillas, and that bite right there will tell you why. It's the most warming, comforting potatoes and eggs you'll ever have in your life. No combination of potatoes and egg will ever be the same again. He caramelizes the onions for 1.5 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're just bubbling in the oil until they reach their full flavor potential and sweetness. It's not too gooey, it's not too solid. Everything is in harmony with each other. The potatoes just melt, the onions are just so sweet and caramelized. Taste that with a black coffee. Wow, that is stunning. The green chili in there just adds a little bit of fragrance, but not overpowering from the potatoes and the egg.
I feel like I was.
Doing that.
It's like so sticky, it almost feels like there's cheese in it.
Yeah.
But it's just the egg cooked perfectly.
Perfectly, and also really good eggs. That's the other difference. You have to use good eggs. All just, you got to use like anything else, good raw materials.
It was so good, Jeffrey and I just immediately needed another piece. Just like without thought, you need another piece. You cannot stop at one, impossible. Perfect. It's actually quite sturdy, amazingly sturdy.
Yeah.
The construction it's well engineered. Yeah, those onions, those 1.5 hour onions I think are one of the keys. And then also just the strategy in which they assemble this, it's so crucial to the texture and flavor.
This destroys.
Unbelievable. Yeah, this is just truly where simplicity but technique shines. I'm walking out of Antonio Bar as a changed person. Totally new experience, the tortilla for me. And I will never look at potatoes and eggs the same. Gabriela, I'd like to ask you a quick question. San Sebastian is so famous for food around the world. What is it that sets San Sebastian apart from the rest of Spain, or just why is it unique?
To start with, I think it's the obsession with the raw materials. We're like surrounded by mountains, right in front of the sea, so we've got everything we need here. Wild mushrooms, great fish, great seafood. So I think you start right there. And then care, like love for that product, and then care in preparing it.
I mean, and that's why we're here, to experience exactly that. So where are we at now?
So if you're a market person, or you live in this neighborhood, or you're doing your shopping at La Brecha market, this is where you're going to have breakfast. And they have a lot of little breakfast sandwiches, but they have great pinchos. Fantastic things, especially cabeza de jabalí, which is kind of like head cheese with pickles.
Nice.
It's great.
But I mean, it's a whole fresh market too, so you can buy ingredients, you can buy fresh fish.
Yeah, the fish market is
Okay.
right down here. The fish market is amazing.
Awesome. So cooked and uncooked food.
Yeah, but here's Goriti, which is one of our favorite bars in the Oak Park.
We're here.
Okay.
Perfect. Goriti. Oh man. Gabriela, would these be pinchos now?
There are some pinchos here on the bar, but we still got breakfast sandwiches all day here because you never know when you're going to need
breakfast.
Pick me up. This is kind of breakfast over here. People from the market have been working for a long time. They had a light breakfast, and now they're ready for something heartier. So we got a lot of head cheese with blue cheese, a lot of hearty flavors here now.
Awesome. It looks amazing.
At the Cambodia.
The Hildas. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we can wait.
We're waiting for the ham to sort of melt into the warm omelet.
But so this is a tortilla
It's a
omelet
tortilla
in a
francesa.
little roll with a piece of jamon.
So it's worth the wait. It's gonna totally change the flavor of this thing.
How long do we have to wait is the question.
It's gonna be hard, but you can see it. You can see it happening. I think we got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, we can do 30 seconds.
Okay. In the meantime, we could have a little bit of head cheese. You want to have some head cheese?
That's a fantastic idea. Definitely the head cheese, yeah. Oh, that's the head cheese. We do, definitely. I just love how everything looks so fresh here. I mean, you walk into some pinchos bars or some places and the things have been sitting out so long and you can even tell that the bread doesn't look that fresh, but this one you can just tell everything is glistening, colorful, vibrant. We're gonna start with some, it's actually not the full head, but the snout made into a meat roll-up on a toothpick.
We're waiting for our ham fat to melt. You want to try this pincho de morros,
I do.
which is basically veal snout.
Oh, it's veal.
It's veal snout.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, I
with
thought it was
pickles
pork.
and olives.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's amazing. You want to get the olive oil there. You want it to be glistening.
All right.
Perfect there. Okay. Got it.
Bread?
Spread yourself up the little dressing.
Delicious. Oh, man. The snout has an incredible texture where it's almost like gelatinous and snappy, but so tender all at the same time. So much flavor. I love that olive oil. I love the brininess of the olive and the onion mixed in. Delicious. Wow.
Okay, so but what I'm going to do with my tortilla is I'm going to just like move my ham into a safer spot.
Safer spot.
Because we want to have ham over the entire tortilla.
Oh, it is actually melted.
Yeah,
You can
it's
see
totally
like some of the
melted.
fat has actually melted into the egg.
Market breakfast.
Here we go again.
Okay.
Market breakfast.
So good.
Yeah.
So different from a tortilla de patata. It's also all about the bread here too. This is a little loafy, this bread.
The
but
bread
good,
is
but in a good way.
loafy and fluffy and crusty. I love how that like tiny piece of ham, very thin. It's just barely there, but you taste the flavor of it.
Exactly, that's what you want with this. It's very subtle.
And
Total
a fluffy
different.
omelet. Yeah, I mean, this is just delicious. Like a great breakfast sandwich.
The Hilda is the first pincho in San Sebastian. So it's really just what was on the bars in the old days. The guys were putting together different combinations, and this is the winner by far. It's an olive, a pickled pepper, anchovy.
One of the most famous, one of the most old pinchos in San Sebastian, and it's a beautiful thing. Oh, and you're supposed to eat it all in one bite,
in
a one-biter?
bite. It's possible.
2 olives, 2 for 6 chilies, and an anchovy. If you don't have olive oil dripping down your chin, it just, you didn't take the whole thing in one bite. It's just juicy, vinegary. Oh, it's so good. I love how the vinegar contrasts the salty anchovy, the briny olives, all in one mouthful. That was extraordinarily delicious. Standing only, fresh quality, so good. We came downstairs, we're stepping into the fresh wet market to see some of the ingredients because I mean ingredients, the food of San Sebastian is ingredient driven, quality ingredients, and that's what's the most important thing. Into the seafood section. Wow.
So this is Amaya. I get a lot of fish from her. She's amazing. I love to watch her cut fish. She also knows which boats to go to.
That's
That's the difference between the fishmongers. Like one might be cheaper or have more beautiful fish, but also their knowledge, their deep knowledge of where the fish is being caught, who they're dealing with. Like she likes the fish to be boats don't go out too far, so when they come in, the fish is very, very fresh. It hasn't been out there for 5 days or something on a boat on ice, but still great.
So much
fish.
transparency.
Hola.
Hola.
That's the white tuna, the albacore that's just coming in these days. So that's gorgeous.
Wow. This live fresh seafood display is absolutely beautiful. Incredibly fresh. Look at the size of this squid. It's torso sized. Freshness, the vibrancy, and again, it's this care and quality that contributes to the reason why the food in San Sebastian is so on another level. We're moving on to other sections of the market. I love how spacious this market is. Spacious, friendly, incredibly clean, and so many just gourmet, delicious ingredients available. Gracias, muchas gracias. Nice. That's a beautiful olive. Oh, that's superb. Garlicky. Oh, wow.
Uno de los mejores aceites del mundo.
What is what?
One of the best olive oils in the world.
You know him?
What? I know
Oh,
him.
okay.
I know. He has like 104 olive oils here. They're all
Pero es
incredible.
maravilloso.
It's marvelous. The only word to describe this is marvelous. Let's
The
try
olive
it.
oil? Look
Yeah.
at that color, it's so green.
It's so green, and he also always has. And you want to have them during the year that olives have been picked. A winter crop.
Oh. Wow. Flavor is so much more intense.
So grassy, so herbal.
So much more complex, yeah. Oh, that's incredible.
This is an award-winning pimento espelette from the French Basque country. These olives are cured with that.
I'm gonna take it home.
This stuff is great. You can just put it on everything.
Oh. So cured with that pepper. It's not spicy, but it's so smoky, so much flavor. Amazing. That was an amazing market to visit and an amazing breakfast. We have a little bit of a break in between breakfast and lunch, so I'm taking a little walk around San Sebastian. I especially want to go take a look at the bay. I'm just loving the atmosphere here in San Sebastian. It has so much history. The streets are beautiful, great for walking around. Weather today is perfect. I mean, it's just, what an atmosphere here. Waterfront San Sebastian. Crystal clear water, beautiful day. This is the harbor front area, the green hills surrounding. It's such a spectacular city. And you mean, it's just from this environment, clean waters, where so many of the delicious ingredients and the freshness of the San Sebastian cuisine originates. I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, probably get some nice views before we then continue on with lunch.
Aperitif now,
Ooh,
and then we're
okay.
gonna have lunches at 2.
Lunch is at 2 typically.
Right
The
now we're
aperitif
having
can be
Aperitif from 12:30 on.
12:30 on. Okay. And so we're in the old town of San Sebastian now. It's just so beautiful. All walking, no motor vehicles. Ancient streets, balconies and buildings going up on both sides.
And, so we're gonna go right up to the Tamboril, which is a classic place. It's just been taken over by the daughter from Gambara, which is another great classic bar from her cousin, so it's still in the family. And they do, well, everything they do is good there. We're gonna start with a beef stuffed pepper.
And this is the spot. Beautiful.
So everything they do, these are all classic. All the things I said earlier with eggs. We got the guindillas. We want those. Okay?
Those peppers?
Those are the fresh ones that are in the Hilda. So all year long we have them cured. I mean, pickled, but They're great when they're
Oh,
fried.
they have the fresh Hilda peppers here.
Yes, they're right there.
Yes.
And those are padron?
Gracias. Wow. It's the premium potato salad. Nice. And what do we have here, Gabriela?
These are, this is what we eat all summer long. These are guindilla peppers, fresh, fried, salted.
Gracias.
That is a Hilda.
Oh,
That is a Hilda.
First thing to order here is the potato salad.
Oh, and also hard-boiled egg.
Oh, hard-boiled egg. Oh, the flavor of the tuna in there and the smokiness. You've got egg, it's not overpowering. Slightly mayonnaisey, but not overpowering. It's a delicious potato salad. A little bit of acidity, a little bit of crunch. Wow.
Sauteed ground beef, a little bit of garlic, then mixed with a light bechamel sauce, just as a binding ingredient. Then they stuff it into a pico pepper and they batter fry it. And it's like a meat donut. It is amazing.
Wow.
Can't beat that.
A meat donut.
A meat donut.
Pepper donut. Would that be a one-biter?
No way. Well, like that eyeball.
If you were to bite that right now as a one-biter, it would be your last bite.
We're doing another Hilda. This one has 5 peppers and olive, plus that anchovy. You can see the size of that anchovy is bigger than the last one.
Way better anchovy.
One biter.
So about that.
So good. So salty and sour and juicy. Okay, and that's it for these beautiful little roasted peppers. 3 in 1. Oh, those are outstanding. Not spicy, but so much flavor comes out of them. So much complexity, smokiness, little popcorn chilies. So good.
I think they're pretty good here.
Oh, I love
we do
those.
have-
And next up for another prized pincho here. The deep fried beef. Deep fried beef stuffed into a chili. You can feel it almost squishing in your fingertips. Yeah, piping hot. Oh wow. Oh, that's amazing. It's like beef gravy stuffed into a sweet red chili. Breaded, battered, deep fried. Squeeze it out.
Potato, tomato. Tomatoes.
Still hot. These peppers are so addictive. They're literally the green beans of chilies. Yeah. It's just like a better green bean. Gracias. Oh, garden fresh tomatoes. Have a tomato.
Nice. Okay, so.
Oh. So it's using the bread as the plate. Perfect.
See, these tomatoes have not touched cold. They should come straight from the garden to your plate. If it's a cold tomato, you don't want it.
Wow. Oh, they're so soft, and the bread drippage technique, straight soil to mouth. That's like tomato soup in your mouth. Olive oil, salt, sprinkle of parsley, those onions. That olive oil, the acidity of the tomato, that sprinkle of parsley on the bread is amazing. So this place is called Tamboril. That was extraordinary. And what I loved about it so much is just you could feel the freshness of the ingredients, the peppers, the tomatoes. And it's also in a really cool location within this public square, gorgeous. And it's the type of place you could just walk past and not even notice, but then you go on the side, you see the sign, and it's just like tucked within the ancient stone walls. Beautiful. We have a lot more food to eat. We are continuing on this ultimate San Sebastian food tour today. Next up, we are stepping into?
Well, we've come to eat something that nobody expects to eat here. Because people come here for the cheesecake, which is great. But I want to get the cannotillo, which is like an anchovy, crispy anchovy and cream cone.
Wow.
It is amazing.
Yes.
Wow. The thing about food touring in San Sebastian is that there's so many different places, and some places you just go for one or two things. What's also awesome about Gabriela here is that everybody steps in here to eat the cheesecake. That's the most famous thing, and that's what you'd think to come and eat here. But little do people know about the ice cream cone of cream and anchovy. And that's what we got here.
It looks delicious.
It does. It looks fantastic.
Oh my God.
Umami.
And she even gave us a pro tip on how to eat it. We want to really sink our teeth into that anchovy so that we don't pull it all out of the cone and we're left with no anchovy on bite two. Anchovy cone?
Cone. Oh,
It takes you back.
Wow. Wow.
I grew up eating cream cheese and anchovy sandwiches, so this is childhood for me.
Yeah, it's a straight up crispy cone filled with whipped cream cheese and salty anchovy. Delicious. So we didn't have the cheesecake. However, because that is the original Basque cheesecake, we might come back later this evening to try it. We will.
Doesn't matter, we're gonna get our stuff. Pincho de cochinillo, pincho de morcilla.
Oh, morcilla.
Tuna.
This place is absolutely packed. It's just sprawling out onto the sidewalk, into the lane on the side, but then you come downside, it almost has a dungeon kind of feel. You take a couple steps down, the kitchen is at the back. Just atmosphere. This is the atmosphere of eating in San Sebastian. I think we came here to eat some meat. Oh, this is the...
I love that pour.
Yeah, that pour. So the bubbles are important. Gracias. Oh, this is the pork. So this is suckling, roast pork, suckling pig. Nice, looks very tasty. All right, should we do a vertical chili? Oh, these are wonderful. Olive oil, salt.
We gotta have our
We need an anti-drip bread
drip bread. Oh my god.
just for the drip. Oh man, oh this is way better than dripping on my shirt like I normally do. Okay, vertical chili bite.
These are candy.
Oh, that is so sweet. I love a bit of acidity.
Yeah, nice.
Melts in your mouth.
Got that little
Wow.
bit of char, and salt, but they are just so sweet.
That's incredible. I'm going in for that morcilla. This is the blood sausage. They seared it off. They added a variety of different sauces. Wow, look at how juicy that is. So onions, blood holding it together, little lumps of fat. Oh wow. Oh, that is rich, creamy, oily. There's like a little bit of a fruity sauce on it too. To kind of
tomato.
contrast. Oh, okay. To kind of contrast that richness that just squeezes with pork fat in your mouth. Fatty, crispy and fatty. And then the final dish here that we got is the roasted pork. Yeah, the skin needs a knife. Yeah, it does. It's crispy. You can feel the crispiness. Thank you for that knife chop. Oh, look at that. Excellent again. So much flavor. So tender. Crispy skin. Oily and juicy. Wow. We are moving on to the next place. A little bit of a walk across the river to the next bite. And I'm beginning to realize that here in San Sebastian, I mean, it's all about food touring. You go from, I mean, that's why they call it like pinchos hopping or tapas hopping, where you just go from place to place because you just want to eat a few things per place, get their specialty, and then move on to the next place. And that's what today is going to be all about.
okay, we've come here to eat a sandwich made with supermarket vinegar because it's amazing. It's called the completo. Just really good tuna, albacore, of course, the pickled peppers we've been having, and this crazy vinegar. It's super good.
Oh, gracias.
She promo it? Yes, no? She folded.
Leftover bits of
Which
tuna.
are like the
I think I like that better than that. That was too. That
Oh,
was too slabby.
yeah, the extra guindillas. Good call, Jeffrey. I always like extra guindillas.
crusty bread. The maybe olive oil squeeze, the vinegar, the chilies, and the saltiness of the anchovy. Really good.
That vinegar.
It's so refreshing, and I like how if there is a little bit of mayonnaise in there, it's not even like creamy from it. It's just barely there to hold it together. Very good.
Wow, it's just balanced. It's just simple. It's nothing mega fancy.
Nope, it's a really simple thing. It's an old-fashioned kind of pincho. Very old school here, but very satisfying.
The completo.
The completo.
What more do you need? It's completo.
And with this completo tuna sandwich, chili. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey.
When in doubt, add more guindillas. Add more chili.
That's going to complete lunch. We will resume for dinner. Gabriella, where are we at?
Here at mythical Bar Gambara.
One of the most famous, one of the most legendary places for pinchos in all of San Sebastian, I think. We're going in.
Wait, patatu?
Creo que no. Creo que más. Aquí hay 4.
Welcome to Gambara. This is one of the most legendary pinchos in the world. I love the atmosphere in here. I mean, it's just packed all the way on the inside. People outside, and you come in here, the ingredients of the day, the fresh ingredients, there's just a mountain of wild mushrooms and peppers and tomatoes. They have a few pinchos on display, and then they're cooking things in the back of the kitchen. This is a special place.
Termina mero para 2. Fátima ya saben, no encendieron Fátima.
Oh my god.
Things are beginning to emerge. We got the mushrooms, kind of a mixed plate of mushrooms with the yolk and foie gras on the side. So just kind of pop the yolk, a sauce in the center, and then we'll kind of choose our mushroom of choice. Mushroom of choice with a little bit of yolk. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, that mushroom, so fresh, so meaty. Oh, it's delicious. Okay, here we go. Wow. Mushrooms just melt in your mouth.
You're going to want to try this right now. So we're talking about him, but also the smell of these mushrooms.
Oh, those are raw.
They're raw. So they're just like wafting out at you.
Wow, thank you.
Everything's raw
That
but
is
melting
beautiful.
together.
Mushrooms just shaved on. The fresh mushrooms. Jamon, a little piece of toast on the bottom. Can't wait for this bite. Oh, wow. Oh, the jamon, the olive oil. Those mushrooms are so fragrant when they're raw like that. Shaved on like a truffle. Wow, nice. Really good. It's like a sherry. I'm gonna try the croqueta here with chicken. The gravy on the inside, deep fried gravy, crispy. Impossible not to like. Oh, that's amazing. Coming from the back. Wow.
Cuatro bandecitas, vamos.
Wow.
Pero, agarra el plato.
Wow, gracias.
Grab and photo.
These are beauties.
Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, let's everybody just like...
Some of the most prized shrimp.
Don't drop it, guys.
Oh, it's such a beautiful carabineros. Some of the deep water velvet prawns. Thing to do here is pull off the head. Oh man, look at the inside of that head. Oh, it's so much prawn oil, liver, juice, homily. It's just squeezing. Suck the head. Oh wow, that's so sweet. Oh, that's like ocean butter. It's so sweet. It almost tastes like uni. It almost tastes like uni in the head, doesn't it? It's like uni.
Powerful sea urchin flavor.
Yeah, straight up sea urchin in the head. Oh man, that's incredible. There's so much juice. So much juice, so much fat in the head. And now onto the gigantic body. It almost looks like a lobster. Look at that, it's huge. Unbelievably sweet with that seawater taste to it, like sea urchin. Soft and silky. Unbelievable texture, unbelievable flavor. That's just extraordinary.
Aquí para ayudar. Aquí para ayudar.
Wow. Next bite here is a spider crab, kind of like a little pastry. Oh wow. Oh, it's so good. Buttery, flaky, so tasty.
We have a revuelto, which is like the way of, with chanterelles, with these setas that we just got. It's just the way the binding ingredient. They use it for everything. Our first course is here. That looks amazing.
It's egg-based?
Egg-based, just scrambled eggs basically with
runny scrambled eggs.
Chanterelles, yeah, there you go.
Loaded with chanterelles. Oh man.
Little bit of salt and parsley, and that's all you got.
And these are the chanterelles right here. Oh man, I love mushrooms.
Ham, croissants. Just came out of the oven. They do the croissants here.
Croissant with jamon?
Croissant with jamon, just like while you're waiting for your squid to come out. So gorgeous.
I like that ratio of bread to jamon. Oh man, buttery, flaky croissant. Oh man, just melting.
Warm and flaky and
Wow.
melting.
We love you, Gambara.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh,
Best pincho bar in the world, right here.
yeah, without a doubt. Oh man, that Iberian fat just melts into the croissant. That's like butter on top of butter.
With some butter.
The entire thing is just butter. Oh, that's so good. One bite squid?
Okay, we got it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, the caramelized onions.
So the taste of summer here. It's amazing.
Spectacular. Next up we have bonito. This is albacore tuna, locally caught, seasonal, and this is like one of the best bites from the albacore tuna from the back of the neck, topped with caramelized onions. This was a bite recommended by the owner. Oh, that's insane. That just melts in your mouth. It's not fatty, it's lean, sweet, juicy, with sweet onions caramelized on top. Oh, that's unbelievable. And that completes our meal at Gambara. Absolutely incredible. Truly product-driven, respected, freshest, really nice people, incredible owners. All you could want in San Sebastian, really, truly at the top. And you can just tell, I mean, the line that snakes out the door is just I mean, it just shows how popular it is. Two kind of quick questions. Very briefly, what is a pincho? And then how does a pincho differ from a tapa? I know it's probably the most asked question ever, but we got to know.
A pincho is a lot of things, but the main thing about a pincho, it should be 1 or 2 bites. It should be like, there are some small plates, and they're great, but a pincho is 1 or 2 bites.
Okay.
And it's usually more elaborate than a tapa, so it's just a little bit more complex. Like a tapa can be like even a piece of cheese on a bit of bread, whereas a pincho is a more complex dish.
And is that often why they're skewered, or
they're just skewered to hold everything together? But like the hilda,
it doesn't need to be skewered.
It doesn't need to be skewered. It's not a pincho.
Okay.
But that's why they call it a pincho. But they've only been calling it a pincho since the 1980s. Before they said banderillas. Like.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then again, like what's the difference between a pincho and a tapa? Because I think around San Sebastian you mostly hear pincho.
When you say pincho in other parts of Spain, you're talking about pinchos in the style of the Basque Country. You're talking about tapas in the style of Basque Country, which is much more elaborate, complex.
Okay.
Tapas. That's it.
So that's it. So really pinchos are Basque.
Yeah. There are some great tapas and there's some excellent pinchos, but you know, that's the difference. Pinchos are from the Basque Country.
Fantastic. Well, the next place we are at is this place called Bordaberry. Bordaberry. It's a very lively place, just like crowds of people on the street, tables outside. We managed to grab a table, packed on the inside, and Gabriela did some great work on the inside to do some ordering for us. Salmorejo.
So it's a cold tomato soup, but it's made only with tomatoes, bread, olive oil, and a little bit of vinegar. And on top of this,
So tomato-based.
It's tomato-based. On top of it, they put a little bit of mackerel, like cured mackerel.
Wow.
How would you describe the difference from gazpacho?
For one thing, this is going to be a lot thicker. The gazpacho is almost like a drinkable thing in the south. But the other thing is gazpacho has many more vegetables. It has onion and it has cucumber and pepper and things like that. This is just tomato.
Wow. Yeah. That is tomatoey, thick, salty, really good. I mean, it can almost be used as a spread for a bread or almost like a dip. It can be like a gravy or soup at the same time.
Wow, I love this soup.
We got an ear. That's a totally different looking ear. And then what else? What's that other dish?
The other thing is an excellent piece of steak, honestly. I don't know how they do this here. This is such good meat. And it's on a smoked roasted eggplant. Better smoked roasted eggplant.
Wow, nice.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
I thought that this was one of the absolute...
How tender that ear is.
Very much Orleño. They like all the...
Such a tender ear. It looks like it's a whole ear kind of intact, just wrapped.
Oh, it's an actual ear.
It's an intact ear, yeah. It's a whole ear.
Super crispy. Very, very crispy.
Crispy, salty. Feels like a sprinkle of oregano or parsley on top. Gooey, cartilagey. That is juicy. That's the juiciest ear I've ever had. And a steak with eggplant.
With or without? Mm-hmm. You like the eggplant?
Yeah, the smoky eggplant is great. Salty.
Of course.
Makes the base of the steak.
I love when you can just such a great thing about food.
Next course are these
Cocochas.
like throat of the cod, or the
This is cod.
cod throats. Definitely a unique texture. Kind of like slightly chewy and slightly like you can feel it pressing between your teeth. Good, firm.
But the sauce is very
We've got one more thing to eat today. Remember, we came here earlier today, La Viña. I said we were gonna come back, but we ate that anchovy ice cream cone. We're back for one more thing, a sweet ending to this ultimate San Sebastian food tour today. And here are their legendary Basque burnt top cheesecakes.
This is what we're having right now. Super amazing.
There it is.
The original, and the legendary Tarta de Queso La Viña in San
The
Sebastian.
original Basque cheesecake?
Yeah, it's the original
Got
Basque
it.
cheesecake.
We got it.
A little bit burned, but good.
All right.
Okay.
The legendary, the original Basque cheesecake. It's beautiful. They're just like these huge circles of, they look like wheels of cheese. They straight are wheels of cream cheese, known for its burnt, is it burnt or kind of like caramelized, roasted crust. What's unique about this cheesecake is there's no pastry, no crust. It's just all solid cream cheese. Here we go, final bite of this unbelievable tour.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Final bite, cheesecake. Oh wow. I heard an oh wow. Oh, it's just like perfectly runny and solid all at the same time. The cheese flavor, the creaminess, the sweetness.
Give it to the YouTuber.
One more bite. And it's like melty, oozy in the center, more solid in the center, more solid on the edges. Wow. And so on that cheesecake, that brings us to the end of this unbelievable day in San Sebastian, eating our way through one of the greatest cities in Spain for food. We ate, that was a lot of pinchos in one day, but I mean, again, what truly stands out is the quality of ingredients, the products, the natural ingredients, and then just the simple preparation, but just focusing on those natural ingredients. That's truly, again, was the theme and what stood out. And I really have a new understanding about what it means to go on a pincho's crawl or a tapas crawl, one place after another, eating the specialty at each place along the way. Huge thank you to Daniela from Tenedor Tours. She is incredibly knowledgeable and she knows what to eat at each place that you go and their specialty. And so it was truly amazing to have her with us and her knowledge, her vast knowledge of San Sebastian, its food and its pinchos. And then always good to hang out with my friend Jeffrey, Extreme Foodies, and Kevin as well. Also, I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos. And also make sure you watch more Spain food videos in this series. I'll have the link in the description box below. Good night from San Sebastian, and I will see you on the next video.